if you click this video away, then please tell me what the reason for it was, so that I can improve. Otherwise, hi and welcome. I am trying to learn climatology, today temperate grassland, and after we've done it, we're gonna do hip training. And if you participate in the hip training, then it's that you're on risk. And that is a bit more focused on botany than climatology. But so temperate grassland. A grassland of those parts of the world where there are hot summers, cold winters, and moderate rainfall, were at one time covered by grass, which stood in places up to 2 meters. Okay, were at one time. So first, where is that? We haven't got here on the map. That is on the map wherever these almost white background, this slightly yellow background, and then these little grass things. So on the bottom, so that is here in the northeast of North America, in the southern part of Asia or through China, and then also in the southern part of Iraq, Iran, and then in Africa, in southern Africa by Rhodesia and Mozambique, a bit into South Africa, and then in Southern America at the southern part of Brazil and Argentina a bit maybe. Okay, that is temperate grassland. Temperate grassland, the grassland of those parts of the world where there are hot summers, cold winters, and moderate rainfall, were at one time covered by grass which stood in places up to 2 meters. Don't understand the sentence. Okay, let's see. They're explaining. Man, so they mean human beings, and other animals, however, have so altered the environment in these vast areas that little of the original grass remains. The book is from the 70s. Remains. First, nomads made inroads raising the herds. Then more intruders settled to raise stock. Other settlers found that the rich Chernozem or black earth soils capable of growing grass could also produce grain, and so turned the grassland over to agriculture. The grasslands have become the world's great food-producing areas. Cattle are grazed on areas with short grass, often of strains improved by human beings, and great tracts are given over to mechanized farming. In the USSR, they mean the region of the Soviet Union pretty much, I think. I'm not completely sure. The grasslands are called in steppes. In South Africa, the Yeld, in Argentina, the Pampas, and in North America, the prairies. So I think that the USSR is the Soviet Union, and that would be the big part of Russia, and then the right half of Europe, the eastern half of Europe. Okay, there are they called steppes. In South America, in South Africa, Yeld, and in Argentina, Pampas, and in North America, the United States, and a bit to Mexico. Then, I'm not sure, it could be still Texas, and their prairies. Okay, the temperate grassland. In the past, it is a region with hot summers and cold winters and moderate rainfall. In the past, it was covered with 2 meter high grass. But then, many of them when that land was turned over, let's read it again. Man and other animals, however, have so altered the environment in these vast areas that little of the original grass remains. First, nomads made inroads grazing the herds, so grazing of cattle. Then more intruders settled to raise stock. These are also animals, I think they were referring to livestock, also animals, grazing of farm animals. Other settlers found that the rich Chernosium or black earth soils capable of growing grass could also produce grain, and so turned the grassland over to agriculture. Okay, these are the two things. For grassland, for grazing areas of cattle or other animals, and also with the Chernosium part of the soil is very fertile, is that in English, right? And now turned into agriculture to make grain. And all these regions where this grassland is today now there's the food production of the world now. Cattle are grazed on areas with short grass, often of strains improved by humans, and great tracts are given over to mechanized farming, so cattle and farmland. In the USSR, so today it is Russia or other countries, there are they called steppes in the English language. In South Africa, the yield, there's certainly also a little bit difference. The reasons in South America look a little bit different than there, I think, and in Northern America. It's not just the name, I think, but we might gonna say it in the regions of Asia and Eastern Europe, steppes. In South Africa, yield, Argentina, pampas. I don't know how it's pronounced in English, and North America, prairies. Okay, we have it together. North America, United States, south of Canada, I don't think Mexico. So southeast of United States, southern part of Canada. In Southern America it is Argentina. Let's say just Argentina. And in Europe it would be Romania and Ukraine. Then in Asia, southern part of Russia. And in China, northern part of China. Half China, and China, and also in the Middle East, Syria, Iraq, Iran, and even further down to Somalia. Maybe even Pakistan. And Southern Africa, even to the other side, completely south side. Namibia, I think Zambia is there. Namibia, Zambia, Mozambique, Rhodesia, South Africa. Okay, and it happens where? There are hot summers, cold winters, moderate rainfall. There was once 2 meter high land, but then it was more turned to grassland for cattle to eat it. And now there's more shorter grassland. And also the Chernosium part, the black soil of the earth there, is very fertile, and there's a lot of grain planted for agriculture. And these regions are today the food production centers of the earth. They are called in Northern America prairies, in Southern America pampas, in Eastern Europe and in Central Asia steppes, and in South Africa vale. I was already wondering. Yeah. I'm going to start the camera and try to save it now. Temperate grassland. Temperate grassland. That is a region where it is hot in the summers and cold in the winters with moderate rainfall. And in the past there was very high grass, 2 meters high, but then there are now today more cattle, more cows and other farm animals eating on shorter grasslands, and also the Chernosium part, the black soil of the earth, turned out to be very fruitful, and there's a lot of grain planted. So a lot of agriculture is done in these regions, and these regions are the food production places of the earth. And they are called in Northern America prairie, and in South America pampas, and in Eastern Europe and Central Asia steppe, and in South Africa yield. Now they are in the eastern central part of the United States of America, in North America, and also in the southern Canada, and in South America, in Argentina, a bit up, to the region of Brazil, a bit up, And in Europe, there are in Romania and Ukraine, and then southern Russia and central northern China, and also in the Middle East, in Syria, Iraq, Iran, and also Somalia a bit. And in South Africa, there are in Mozambique and Rhodesia, Zambia, a bit in Namibia, more in East Namibia, there are. And that is according to the page 1084 and 1085 of Vegetations of Different Climates of the chapter Regions of the Earth of the Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge 22, written by Hugh Clayton, John Cole, Michael Frenchman, and D.H. Sinclair. I'm going to stop the camera. And that was the climatology part. I don't know, maybe a bit much botany, but agriculture, but climatology part. That is the climatology part. If you are here for climatology, you can go directly to the next part of climatology, where we're going to do the next thing. I don't know what is next on the list. But the next thing then on the climate side. If you stay here and participate in the Hiptraining, then it's very harmless. We're starting with a rooting tree. Have the feet standing together and go with the toes to one side and the other toes. The heel and the heel. Toes, and the heel, and so on, as far as you can go. And again in. But this time stay down with the head, so go into the knees. Toe, heel, heel. You can do this exercise, by the way, also very slowly. And in, and up. Now, legs wide apart. And not so wide. Just hip width apart. Go a bit down into the knees. Now flex the leg muscles. Press the legs together. And now straighten one leg. Keep pressing and flexing. And bend it again. Press and flex the whole time. And the other leg. Straighten it, press and flex. And down. A bit wider apart now. Again down. And flex the legs. Press them together. Straighten again one leg. Bend it again. Press and flex. Other leg. Press and flex. And again. And also the locomotive, unwilling to derail, press a bit to the outside. Now the boat log, one leg up, and press with the knee up to the side. Other leg, press up to the side. And now, I think it's the dancing flamingo. One leg up and bring it up, down. Other leg, go to the outside and up and down. One more. Now, one hand to tummy, one on our back, and lift the leg in a straight line up. Try to bring the leg up. And bring it up. Pull the leg up, point with the toes down, relax the leg. And the other leg up in a straight line. And pull it up, toes down, relax the leg. Now, the pipette, don't do it if you're pregnant. Toes to the outside, heel onto the ground, lift it heel off the ground, and place it again onto the ground. On the other side. And now, the illusionistic down sit-up. Toes are pointing to the outside, have a bit more than an ulnar length space between the heels. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And breathe out and sink down into the garland pose. But then you go down with the hands onto the floor, with the back up, and you roll slowly with the back up, and make it the top of the back with the shoulder. Again, breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, sink down. Hands onto the floor, back up, and the roll slowly up, and the top and back with the shoulder. Last two exercises, the seesaw airplane. Arms out to the side, one leg up, and now go up with the leg, and it back down. And again. And now hiding airplane. First in the airplane, down for lower, and pull now the leg in, getting it out. And back, now with the other leg. Arms out, and the leg up. And the hiding airplane. Put the leg in and out. And back in. Legs wide apart, breathing out. And breathe out. In. Out and down. Breathe in across the legs. And breathe again out. Wait for the hip training. I thank you very much and